So in today's video I want to talk to you about the possibility of YouTube being blocked in Russia. This is something that's been covered by so many people lately. Somebody actually sent me a message saying, Sam, YouTube is going to be blocked in Vladimir, in your town. They're trying to get YouTube blocked. Now, is this information true or is it just fake news? If it is true, what are the options? What do we do? How do we keep bringing you content? Well, first of all, if it's blocked in Russia, doesn't mean I can't keep creating content, uploading it for you guys to watch it. It just means that Russians won't be able to watch it. Unless, of course, Russians just use a VPN like we do with Instagram, and then they can watch it too, right? But is it going to be blocked? Let's look at the evidence, right? What evidence is there to show that Russia is planning to block YouTube? Well, the first video that I saw today, actually, so it's going to be yesterday if you're watching this video now, it's from a YouTuber who made a video on this exact topic, and they were saying that, well, they found out that YouTube was going to be blocked by a friend from America. So, does that sound very reliable? That's the information they've given us, that YouTube's going to be blocked because a friend from America said so. The second piece of evidence is evidence that has, well, kind of gone all around the world. And it's a newspaper report from my town, from Vladimir, saying that YouTube's going to be blocked. No. Well, that's what the newspapers and the articles have been saying, but that's not happening at all. This is simply a case of somebody who's not happy with one piece of content on YouTube, which is basically talking about their business incorrectly, and they want this content to be removed. So they're taking it to court to try and get this content removed from YouTube. It's got nothing to do with Russia blocking YouTube. It's simply because this person does not want this fake, false video making claims about them on YouTube. What's the third piece of information? Well, the third piece of information is the leader of the Wagner group, who said that he would like Russia to block YouTube simply because YouTube is used for propaganda against Russia. And, well, it is, isn't it? There's loads and loads of fake news on YouTube about Russia. Literally anyone can say absolutely anything they want about Russia. So from that point of view, I completely understand. And if I was Russia and I was in the Russian government, what would I do? I'd probably block YouTube. Now, that doesn't mean that YouTube's going to be blocked because it's a service that people enjoy in Russia. But there are a lot of videos that are anti-Russia and propaganda on YouTube. That's just a fact. In order to make videos about Russia, you don't need to know the truth. You can just simply say something like, somebody in Ukraine or somebody in America, in the government, says that this is probably going to happen, and that's the headline. It will simply be a prediction by some former CIA general that's retired 30 years ago, who claims that he thinks that Putin will do this, and then it will say the headline, Putin will do this, and that's all you need. And there's so much fake news on YouTube that if I was Russia, I'd probably ban it. Now, personally, I obviously hope YouTube doesn't get banned because I make a very, very, very small amount of money from YouTube, a ridiculously small amount of money. Like this month, I'm on target to make $200. Woohoo! Of course, I have the idea that YouTube doesn't like content that's pro-Russia because I see that I only make $200 and I make videos about real life in Russia every day, but that's my personal opinion. What do you think? So what are the options open to me if YouTube gets blocked? What do I do? Well, I've already created an account on Rumble, and that's just going to be synchronized at the moment with YouTube videos, so whatever I upload to YouTube, that's also going to be on Rumble. So at the moment I'm not advertising my Rumble account to anyone because it simply has the same content as my YouTube account. There's no point. but eventually I'm going to be putting some different content onto there as well. Some videos that I don't think YouTube would particularly like. If the content that I'm going to upload to Rumble would actually be negative about Russia, then I'd upload it to YouTube because it'd probably get loads of views. Now the crazy thing is that when YouTube does get blocked, or if it does get blocked in Russia, then the international press will have a field day. They will say that Putin is blocking YouTube because he doesn't want Russian people to learn the truth about him, about Ukraine, about the regime, about anything like that. That's what they're going to say. They're going to say that Putin is scared and therefore he's blocking YouTube. Whereas the reason that they're thinking or they're considering or they're talking about possibly blocking YouTube is nothing to do with that. The reason that they might possibly block YouTube is because Russian YouTube accounts are being deleted. Famous YouTubers who have spent their lives building their YouTube channel, their whole channel is in Russian, they are Russian citizens, are waking up to find their channels have been deleted. And that is why Russia possibly will end up blocking YouTube, because it seems like completely like there's two rules. A person can make a channel slagging off Russia, saying anything they want, but Russian YouTubers are basically having their channels just deleted for no reason. Lately we've had a couple of really famous YouTubers who had their channels deleted, and what they've had to do now in order to get around this ban, they've created a new channel in a girl's name, and so it looks like it's her channel and not their channel. And what they're doing is on their videos they're putting like an LGBT banner on there, and they're putting like a Black Lives Matter banner on there, just to try and convince YouTube that their channel is okay. So how will this affect my channel personally? Well, 70 to 90% of my viewers are Russians, so I would potentially lose those Russian views. Now, I don't actually make any money for the Russian views because YouTube and Google has already demonetized views in Russia, so I don't make any money for those views at all, right? The chances are that those Russians who want to watch YouTube will use a VPN like they're doing right now with Instagram or Facebook, and then that will actually mean that they'll be watching it through a foreign server, which will make it appear that they're not in Russia, and I'll actually make money then from the views. But I would guess that my view count will drop very quickly, and that might affect my video's ability to even get into the algorithm, because if 70 to 90% of my viewers suddenly disappear, then my view count will be really low. It just so happens that that is the case right now, because Russian viewers seem to appreciate my content a lot more than those people living outside Russia, simply because they see that the stuff that I show is reality of Russia. Whereas people living outside Russia, well, I guess YouTube doesn't think that I show Russian reality, and therefore I don't get many foreign views, I get Russian views. Now, if YouTube is blocked in Russia, what it will do is it will have an effect on people's ability to withdraw that money from the YouTube AdWords, from AdSense. They won't be able to withdraw that money, I'm guessing. So that will be the problem for Russian YouTubers. People like me who have access to a second country. I could literally re-register my AdSense account in the UK and then continue receiving money from YouTube, just like all the Russians who have left Russia and gone to live in Georgia and places like that. So moving forward, what are the next steps? Well, about half a year ago, I created a second YouTube channel that I didn't upload any content to. I'm now going to be more active and start creating content, especially for this particular channel, because I want my target audience to be people living outside of Russia. That was the goal when I started the channel, to make content for you guys, because Russians, they know Russia. I don't need them to watch my channel. Obviously it's great that they appreciate the content that I create, but I created this content and I created this channel so that people, you guys living outside of Russia, can get to see what it's like in Russia. Since making the video that I made a week ago, I've had an incredible amount of support from you guys saying, don't quit YouTube, carry on with the channel. So I really want to thank you. I want to thank people for sharing my content also. some people shared my content and it got me so many views. It really did. Like Earl Grey or Foreign Agent shared my content, what, 2 days ago. He got me about 5,000 views for just sharing that content, so thank you so much. A lot of people ask me, how can I support the channel? I want to help you, I don't want you to give up YouTube, and I didn't really want to do that. I never really wanted to need help from people, but I want to be a full-time YouTuber. I want to carry on creating content for you guys, and YouTube realistically is not going to give me the money that I need, right? 70 to 90% of my viewers are Russian, so I'm not getting paid for any of those views, any of those Russian views. I don't make any money at all from them. So I've decided to set up a couple of links, a Patreon link and a Buy Me a Coffee link, and these are going to be up to you. If you guys want to support me, if you want to show your appreciation and help me to keep creating videos, then you can do, but I'm not going to ask for it, but the option's there if you do want to support me. And I really do appreciate all the kind words, all the support you've been giving me over this last week, because oh wow, I was so just down in the dumps.